The heartbreak continues in Turkey and Syria as the death toll surpasses 35,000 people. We'll have that story plus weather tonight at 11.
Thank you for watching KION TV, KMUVLD, Monterrey Salinas.
KION News Channel 46 starts now with breaking news.
Shutting everything down, turn off the lights. They moved us into the racquetball courts, and it was like a lockdown drill you do at school, like up against the door, just quiet.
We begin tonight with breaking news from Michigan State University. The suspect involved in 2 on-campus shootings earlier tonight is now dead after shooting himself. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for KION News at 11. I'm Veronica Vinluan. Among his victims, 3 people are now dead and 5 more are in the hospital suffering from life-threatening injuries. Dina Demetrius tells us more.
Terrified students ran out of a building at Michigan State University Monday night as police moved in following reports of an active shooter.
I got a shot fired, complaint at Berkey Hall, 509 East Circle. 509 East Circle, multiple callers calling it in right now.
Campus police said there were shots fired at least 2 buildings and that there was only 1 suspect seen here in a surveillance photo released by police.
We tended to the victims at both of those scenes, and there was an overwhelming law enforcement response to campus to help with this situation.
A shelter-in-place order was put into effect.
Like a lockdown drill you do at school, like up against the door, just quiet, scared. I was scared as I've ever been in my life.
Students explained the chaos that was happening.
People just started running to one side, so we all just ran out. And then when we ran out, there were cops there, and they told us to go lay in a field. Everyone's freaked out, everyone's terrified, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's truly a lot.
People can be seen consoling one another while others received attention from medics. All campus activities have been canceled for the next 2 days. Dina Demetrius, CBS News.
And we're told the FBI is responding to assist with the incident, according to a tweet from the FBI's Detroit office. Closer to home, UC Santa Cruz police are investigating what they're calling a rape on campus that happened late Friday night. Investigators say it happened in the Upper Campus Forest area at the residential campus. Police say around midnight, friends of the victim found her passed out. They then brought her to a fire station where she told them she had been sexually assaulted. Police say the suspect is described as a young white man, roughly 5 foot 10 inches tall, with short brown hair and brown eyes. Police say they're still searching at this hour and no word on the victim's condition. We will keep you updated on this developing story. New tonight, 2 cold case victims are closer to getting justice nearly 42 years after they were murdered, according to the Ventura County District Attorney's Office. 68-year-old Tony Garcia of Oxnard is now facing 2 counts of first-degree murder, rape, and kidnapping for the 1981 cold case murders of Rachel Zendejas and Lisa Gondek. These 2 women were killed less than a week apart, according to the DA's office. The sheriff's forensic lab initially linked both cases to the same suspect back in 2004 through DNA testing, but investigators couldn't find Garcia at the time. In 2019, the 2 cold cases were reopened, eventually leading to the arrest of Garcia earlier this month. Investigators say they're still working on a motive for the murders. A Watsonville man is facing 8 years in prison after he was found guilty of molesting a girl under the age of 14, according to the Monterey County District Attorney's Office. The victim is believed to have been sexually assaulted by 50-year-old Antonio Hernandez in October of 2020. She quickly reported the crime to her mother, then testified her molestation and its effects on her in court. Hernandez is guilty of lewd acts on a child and will be sentenced on March 2nd. He will also be required to register as a sex offender. Hollister Police is asking the community for help to find the suspect responsible for an armed robbery early Sunday morning. It happened around 4:30 a.m. in the area of Gateway Drive at San Felipe Road. Surveillance video shows this suspect pointing what looks like a gun over the counter. You can see the suspect is wearing a mask, a hoodie, and a jacket along with gloves. Anyone with information regarding this crime is asked to contact Hollister Police. That number is listed on your screen. Switching gears tonight, taking a first look at weather with our Chief Meteorologist, Dan Cianca. I understand we do have a few weather alerts to be kind of concerned of, some wind. stuff like that.
Yeah, an interesting weather system coming through. You know, we think back to late December and early January when we were dealing with flooding rains and, you know, windstorms as well. We're not really seeing that with this, so I don't want anyone to panic, but there are some things to be aware of. And we'll start with the wind tonight. Let's take a live look from Domenico's on the wharf. And what you're seeing out there is some movement in the boats as the wind is still riling up the waters in the harbor there tonight. So still a little bit gusty out there late this evening across the region. We're going to continue to see those winds on the exposed coast and even in some other coastal areas overnight. Of course, up in the hills, the winds will continue as well, whereas some valley locations, you're not going to see a lot of wind. Right now, 17 miles per hour in Monterey. We have some higher gusts and some of the higher terrain in the south as well. But even some areas that are relatively calm right now, like Santa Cruz and Hollister, not seeing a lot of wind. It's just barely breezy here in Salinas. The wind is still there, especially gusty out over the water tonight. But at nighttime, sometimes the winds die down a little bit. That's what we're seeing right now. But the wind is associated with a weather system that's working its way in, and it's actually going to keep blowing as we head through the day tomorrow. So a wind advisory for coastal Monterey County and the coastal mountains, and also the far north coast of Santa Cruz County until 7 p.m. tomorrow. So those winds are going to keep going throughout the day tomorrow after they really started to uptick today. Now, the winds are also over the water, as I mentioned. There are gale warnings in effect for the near coastal waters, including the bay, until 3 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So for the next 28 hours or so. Right now, we're seeing north-northwest winds of 31 knots just outside of the bay, so we are seeing some gusty winds out there. Those winds could gust to 45 knots on top of seas of 14 to 19 feet. So some big seas out there. Those seas crashing on the coast tonight as well. High surf advisory through 3 a.m. tomorrow morning with 20 to 25 foot breakers still possible. So if you're sitting there in bed in Pacific Grove just watching the news, getting ready to snooze, that's a nice little tagline. And you hear the rumbling outside. It's probably the waves crashing in. That will start to die off a little bit tomorrow, and it'll be a little bit more safe. But I would say if you're heading out, even though the advisory expires at 3 a.m., if you're heading out for that sunrise walk on the beach tomorrow, first of all, it's going to be windy, so you might get sandblasted, but also still be careful as we'll have some bigger sets coming in. We're going to talk about the system that is bringing all this wind and what else it has in store for us in the full forecast coming up.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Dan. Some business owners in Capitola are still cleaning up after the severe winter storms we experienced last month. But there are those who are only now getting their repairs underway. Devin Feely explains.
The same powerful storm that severed Capitola's wharf into two ragged, disconnected chunks made it impossible for David Morris to reach his boat rental business and check out in person the extent of the damage.
So we've made it out to Capitola Boat and Bay.
That was until Thursday, when he got his first up-close look.
The wharf, which everybody can see, is totally wrecked. But my motors, I think, are going to be gone. All my fishing equipment is going to be gone. We definitely lost the freezers in there. So we lost a bunch of tools.
Time has not been on David's side. Every day his boats and equipment have spent sitting in seawater has only deepened the damage done by the storm's initial onslaught.
My boat's wooden boats, so they get waterlogged. And once you get a waterlogged boat, the wood goes bad, it softens the wood. Therefore, we have to replace those boats.
And making matters worse, the city estimates it's going to be at least a year before repairs and a scheduled renovation to the wharf are complete. David has a second location in Santa Cruz, and he hopes that will be enough to keep his business and employees afloat in the meantime.
And Morris says he won't be able to open his Capitola Wharf location for at least a year, adding that he plans to move some of his employees to his Santa Cruz location, but he won't be able to move all of them. Our recent winter storms have severely impacted Monterey County farmers, causing millions of dollars in losses, but it's also leaving many families without income. Dozens of farm families on the Central Coast are still trying to recover. Monterey County declared $30 million damages to infrastructure and agricultural land in its report to the Governor's Office of Emergency Services.
Per acre
you invest $15,000 to $20,000. If it's 3 acres that you invest to get them ready, then we have to invest that money to get them ready again.
The county also acknowledged that some fields aren't suitable for cultivation. Some farmers told KION that under Food and Administration and safety laws, they will be prevented from working on their land for the next 30 to 60 days. This leaves many of them in limbo without a source of income. It's been 1 week since the deadly earthquakes in Turkey and Syria, but the heartbreak continues. The death toll has now surpassed 35,000 people. Rescuers are still finding survivors, though they are fewer and farther between. MTS Tayeb has the latest.
The city of Hatay has suffered the worst of the worst. But even with destruction on a scale that's hard to fathom, these men say they won't stop searching.
Even after a week, rescue workers say they hope they'll find survivors. But more often than not, they're finding bodies.
Like the remains of this mother and daughter, yet more victims of this incomprehensible tragedy. For those left to look for something warm to wear, donated clothing are left in piles on the street. But none of this is a substitute for what the people of Hatay, a once prosperous city, no longer have. It's a tragedy that has turned grief into rage. This man is smashing the logo of a well-known construction company who he blames for shoddy construction work that led to these buildings' collapse.
So this used to be your home?
Yeah.
But for Arif Sinikoglu, he doesn't have time to be angry. As we stand on what used to be his family's home, he says he's too busy looking for loved ones.
We have found our grandmother here yesterday, but we cannot find our grandfather.
Incredibly, survivors have to pay out of their own pockets to run and fuel these diggers.
You will not stop until you find your grandfather.
Yeah, of course. We'll dig with our hands.
This morning, the UN announced that its rescue phase is coming to a close, switching their support efforts by providing food and shelter. Couples are already making sure their plans are set for their sweethearts on Valentine's Day. Straight ahead, how local flower vendors are benefiting from this day of love. Plus, a Central Coast tradition makes its return. We'll tell you when to expect some fun from the good old days. I'm taking a live look right now at our station camera out here in Salinas. You can see some of the lights behind us. We'll have our full weather forecast with our Chief Meteorologist, Dan Cianca, when we come back.